Three, two, one.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Two Ugly Nerds podcast. Niggas from the Black Nerd community. I am Derek, podcast guy. That is Ian Berserk Music Audio Engineer slash super producer. He one of them ways slash super producer. Father Dad himself.
And you know this, man.
Man. And that's Geronimo, Mr. Nintendo, the console consultant, a resident pro streamer.
What up? We still going deep in this one right here, man.
Oh yeah.
This is a very high quality game. Very, very good. But yeah, other than that, we just out here.
Yeah, the YouTube uploads. Yeah, my notifications, sometimes they be saying like 4, and I'd be like, damn, everybody uploading today. It just be Gerard.
Yeah, I've been utilizing the schedule publishing.
No, I respect it. I see them. I'll be like, oh shit, let me.
Every morning at 9.
That consistency.
These are long, so yeah.
Yeah, how long has each one been so far, or just about?
They vary. I've been trying to keep them between like 2-3 hours. It's really just like play sessions. If there's one that gets to like 4, I'll cut it in half and make it like 2 or something along those lines. There's some there like an hour and something. There's 1 or 2 that's only like 30-40 minutes, but that's just because it was when I was having internet issues a couple weeks ago, and I got fixed this week. I just replaced the cable that went to my computer and network switch, and no more drop frames. Perfect. Yeah, I'm glad.
Y'all message Gerard when y'all got issues, man. He fix them for you. He tell you what to do.
I'll go through all the steps. Yeah, but yeah, it just depends on the sessions, man. That's why I just do one a day, and it's like some of them have 1 or 2 views. I'm not gonna lie. It's really just there for archival purposes, but they're there. I'm gonna just keep doing. Just expect these to go up every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. They're pretty lengthy. Some just have little idle time, but most of them I'll talk to a few people. So some people have been coming out. Shout out to the Splatoon Discord folks, but some of our peoples. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a really good game. It's really, really good. It's been exceeding expectations. Again, I mean, I know this is an anime type. I mean, it's not like anime, but it's got like the style is similar. But there's a fair amount of like characters, male and black characters that are not just, yo, we gotta do this, ethnic voice talking, nothing like that. It's like they're actual characters with arcs, and it's good. It's handled well, so I'm glad about that.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I like that, man. I like that. What you playing in?
Yeah, what
Father.
are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing
Father, the game.
Life.
Oh man.
Next level. I mean, I haven't really been able to play anything, to be honest with you. I drop in every now and again on Destiny, but beyond that,
I won't let Destiny. He just can't. He won't just. But I'm not gonna lie to you. It ain't that much else out here. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a lot of bad games out there. I ain't want to say it because I love games. It's a lot of bad games that cost a lot of money, that were big budget games that came from good studios, and they're bad games, and they be out there, and we be playing them, and people be playing them. They don't be good games, and it's kind of sad. I'm not gonna say any games yet, but it's a couple games out there that are really bad.
It's kind of been, at this point, it's a game of who's gonna pull me. I think I'm hoping that Hogwarts Legacy will do that.
I'm rooting for that game.
Drops out.
I am rooting for that game.
Yeah, I really am.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my expectations at a reasonable level.
Yeah, reasonable level. I have been calming down. after we talked about it, and we'll obviously get to it later, but after we talked about it, it has helped me calm down. But yeah, man, that's what's up. I played the original Tiny Tina Assault on Dragon Keep.
Yeah, man, that's good DLC right
That is a
there.
good DLC. I'm a little bit annoyed halfly, but I'm not that annoyed because I wanted to run a different character anyway. I wanted to like do a new build and run it again anyway. But on my first run through it, I had a siren and like my character had some cool guns that I liked. I beat the sorcerer's daughter, but there's a glitch in the game that of course I didn't know about until I did it myself. Instead of
These
going straight to
Borderlands
Dragon
games.
Keep, I went back to go turn in some side quests. But if you do that without going to Dragon Keep first, when you come back, the sorcerer's daughter has respawned stronger, faster, and nearly impossible to kill at a regular level if you're
Shit.
only playing the DLC. If you're only
Oh, so you're playing the standalone one they
yes,
did.
yes.
That's right. They did do that earlier this year.
Yeah.
And
because it's on it's on the PlayStation. That's a good and I'm not gonna lie, because it's free, you can just try it out.
Y'all
It
should
is
give
kind
that a
of
try.
like a decent
co-op for real.
Yeah, I mean I have it and I'm gonna run a new character on it. It is a decent like because obviously we've made the Borderlands Destiny comparisons. We don't have to do it all over again, but it's the similar type of thing without it being as it doesn't feel as long in the tooth, right? Like it doesn't feel like you are kind of grinding, but it doesn't feel like you're grinding that bad through it. And you kind of can get some pretty cool and at least interesting weapons pretty quickly. So it's not like you're just stuck using like a basic blaster and something stupid for a while. So it is a cool little pickup and
it doesn't make you feel like you're like grinding to stay at least on pace with everybody else. You're not competing to
you're only changing up things based on genuinely what you want to do, right? Or what's happening in the scenario, obviously depending on enemies and stuff like that. But obviously outside of like any specific like boss fight, whatever loadout or setup you're running or your friends are running, it's just what you want, what you like, what you're comfortable with, what you've gotten lucky on. Like it's not really it doesn't feel so it doesn't feel it does that extra pressure of like, oh, I have to be perfect this time and this time I have to do this and I have to make sure I'm back here on this day and this day to play this event and this event and this event so I can get this points to get this chance to maybe get this gun that might make me a little bit better. Okay. Like, and I'm saying that as someone who loves Destiny, but anyway, I didn't mean for this to be that long. I like Tiny Tina and I'm gonna get the new one and play that super late, but I am going to play it. So if anybody does end up hopping back on it, I'll be on it. I'm going to grab it this week while it's on sale in the PlayStation Store. But the first one is free, I think, on both tiers of PlayStation Plus Extra. So, and it was either it's available on the tier, which I'm pretty sure it's available on the tier, but it was a free regular like even if you just have the regular PlayStation, whatever the basic tier is, I think it was. Didn't they give that away as a free game this year too?
Yeah. I think it was right before the new one came out.
No. No. Oh, I thought it was later than that. But you're probably right. I'm probly misremembering.
Well, no, because they did something similar when Borderlands 3 was about to come out. They gave away the handsome Jack collection.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's how I was able to get the games on PS4. Because before that, I only had the games on 360. I mean, that was when did that come out? That was like 3 years ago, something like that. And I mean,
yeah. Okay,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah, because I was surprised they did a separate Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep standalone or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a remaster.
Yeah, that would have been dope. But even still, like I think it is I mean, there are little bugs here and there, little annoying things, obviously, because it's a
It's
dated
the
game.
Borderlands experience. Well,
It's
not
a
just the Borderlands
well,
experience.
fair.
Well, it's
I
like
took it with stride.
Bethesda and stuff. Yeah, some of
Like even that glitch I
yeah.
found, it kind of ruined my run because I'm right at the end, so I didn't actually get, or well, at least what I think is the end, I guess. But I I'm not so annoyed that I would never play it again. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm gonna just start a new character and do it again. But I was like, yeah, for a second, I was like, man, fuck this game. You know what I mean? But it's
Mm-hmm.
cool. And like the trial I played for the new Tiny Tina, I thought that was really good. But I'm glad I played the first one or the first DLC first to kind of get the gist of it because the humor and
Mm-hmm.
everything in that game is also like spot on. Like it's hard not to like it.
That's one thing I heard about. Well, the Salt and Dragon Ski. Yeah, that one is really good. I heard the Wonderlands one had really good, surprisingly good humor and writing as well. Like not as goofy as like Borderlands 3 and stuff was. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, the first one
Yeah.
just set such a bar with a lot of their
Yeah.
jokes, takes, references, and
I
like
agree.
it does a very good job of if even if you know nothing about D&D, it kind of explains D&D to you, and well, in a very basic kind of way, and then
Mm-hmm.
you do feel like you're playing a game of D&D, but you're actually performing the action. And I'm like, yo, this
Mm.
needs to be like a game genre. Yo, people who
That's
have
why they
make
did
D,
Wonderlands because they realized, wait a minute, no one's doing this either. I
yeah,
think
this
that's
should
why
be
they
a
made the
game
Wonderlands
genre
game.
of people just making. Yeah, no, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. First topic of the
Moving
day.
on.
Technically speaking.
Technically,
Technically, all right. Uh, we're not going to talk about Apple today. Sorry to disappoint you all. We
what?
are going to talk about
Big if
Samsung.
true.
We're going to talk about Samsung and their Unpacked event that transpired last week. They revealed some things. Not a lot was revealed, but a lot was revealed, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Micro adjustments across the board, truly. On the flip side, the the Galaxy Flip 4. I wrote that down, y'all.
I know. I know.
Oh,
I know. I
we
know that.
know. Got right talent
This
down,
nigga
man.
couldn't wait to
I
get that
couldn't
off.
wait.
I could hear it in his tone.
Yeah,
When
I
he
could tell
said it, the
too.
excitement that came up.
He had in the chamber. Wait, he was
Yeah,
like,
he was
boy,
like,
oh
"Oh, I'm gonna
boy,
kill him with this one,
I'm
man."
ready.
It's a couple of them in
How
here.
many times you read it to Crystal? You was like, "Yo, they gon' they ain't even going. They ain't ready for this one tonight. They are not ready for this one. Yo, man, they not.
They're not,
Yo,
they're not
yo,
prepared.
nigga, in the Jordan to this shit, man. It's crazy.
The bezels on the inside of the display are slightly smaller. And this is with the phone folded out, obviously. Um, they went with a chamfered flat edge design similar to what you would see on the iPhone. That flat edge. Um, the hinge is slightly smaller internally. You get the same specs you would expect on a flagship device that would cost $1,000. Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, 8 gigs of RAM. Larger battery, though they say that the previous generation lasted pretty long on its own. So more battery wouldn't hurt. Software wise, it seems like they are focused mostly on the outside display, that small display. So you could do a little more than check the weather notifications or, you know, put a wallpaper up of you know, gourmet hot dogs or anything like that. Yeah, that's the flip. Speaking of hot dogs, the fold also has
I really,
micro adjustments.
I
That was a stretch.
yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. I got my hands up, bro. Yo.
Take this nigga to jail.
Could have been goofy.
Take this nigga to jail. This nigga need to go. Lock this nigga up.
The glizzy Segway guy.
Yeah.
You thought I was gonna let one fire off. You thought I was gonna let you get away. You thought I wasn't gonna let that shit fly.
Oh man, the fold, man.
All right, the fold,
One that folds like a hot dog.
Yeah.
Also has micro adjustments.
Yo, nah.
Like, nah, son, we
Now
not
tell
letting
him,
that
tell him you wrote that one down too.
Yeah, my screen.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, y'all are witnessing,
Oh my God.
y'all are witnessing gold content. I really hope you appreciate what we do here.
Oh man,
You're gonna find this type of content any place.
yeah, I worked hard on that one.
Worked very hard.
Man.
He's a father dad. He's very busy. Can't just
We can
pull
tell.
this out
Nah,
your
we can
ass
tell.
just
We can
cause.
tell. Nah, it's time. It's
man.
time. It's
Settling
time
in on the
taking up.
roll.
It's nigga time taking up for sure.
Oh man.
Oh, this nigga is hilarious. Go ahead, man.
Internally, we got 12 gigs of RAM instead of 8. Same processor though. 256 gigs of storage, up to 1 terabyte. So you'll be able to store as much photos as you can. Actually, the front screen
Yo.
is slightly wider.
Yo, what is happening?
Still going.
Nigga taking shots. I was like, what the hell, bro? I gotta do this.
Oh, man.
You think I gotta live here? No. All right, man. Go ahead. It's fine.
No, because you mentioned anyway.
Nah, I'm editing all this out. That's fine. It's fine. You got me fucked up. What the fuck? I'm the one who posted this shit, nigga. All that shit going.
Man. The front screen is slightly wider, closed. Camera got a 50 megapixel update. So we'll see how that translates to how good the photos look. The unfolded screen has a smaller bezel, similar to the flip, and I gotta be quiet. I'm being too loud. And what was I saying? Oh yes, and the crease is less visible according to a lot of reviewers.
Less visible.
Yeah, less intrusive. Unless you are looking for it, you will not see it as much as you used to.
You'll still see it, just not
you'll still see it. Yeah, when the light hits it, you'll probably.
It's gonna be dumb.
Never,
you got a big ass line in the middle of your shit.
Never open that shit in broad daylight. If there's a light source above you, behind you, beside you.
Don't tell nobody your phone fold open, nigga.
Why you
fold open?
Yo.
Yeah,
because imagine you hand this phone to a kid, right? And you fold your phone, and the kid gonna be like, "Yo, why is there a big ass line in the middle of your phone? I don't want this shit." That's what's gonna happen. It's not gonna go well.
Yeah, I got the. We good. All right. Yeah. No, we good. Yeah.
All right.
Where were we? I don't know how to think like that. I don't know.
Kids
folds open.
It folds open.
It does fold open.
Yeah, and the crease is
and the crease is very visible. And kids are going to fuck with that visible ass. You got to do. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I feel like Samsung has enough money to make that better.
I
But
don't know.
are they 3 years in now? Like,
Yeah, it's like this is the fourth
figure.
generation of it. I think they would have tried something. I mean, they're slowly improving on it, I guess. Like I said, it's less intrusive than the last version of the phone. So who knows? I guess maybe 6 generations in, we'll probably see a foldable phone that's
Is
pretty
this
seamless.
like the cure to like diseases that the government has but won't give us because they can charge us for it instead? Is it the same thing where it's like Samsung could easily make this, but they're like, nah, but if every year we just reduce it, we can make it seem like we're just improving. Because I feel like, because the other one we looked, I
Artificially
don't know if you're talking about the other one in this segment, but the other one you were
gating
showing us,
improvements. Yeah, I feel you.
though that one looked
Yeah,
better.
the way they do it, it yeah, it's definitely better. I don't know if durability is a thing. I don't know.
Mm,
Maybe that's a
fair.
factor.
That's fair. That'd be something we'd have to see how those stack up in that way. But
The
uh,
speaking of the inside, and less visibility, they have a Gen 2 version of the underscreen camera on that inside display, and according to a lot of people, it is very much so hard to see now.
mm,
Like you really got to be looking to see it. The camera quality still isn't amazing. It's still blurry. It's still a blurry mess that they seem to clean up pretty well with software. We'll have to watch to see for viewers on the video quality of that camera.
mm,
I mean, it would be nice to prop it up like a laptop of sorts and use that camera on the
mm,
inside, but
Hmm.
we'll see. Speaking of watching,
mm.
uh, Galaxy Watch 5 was also released with a Pro variant. Um, Apparently, Apple's rumored to do the same thing, drop a Pro version of their Apple Watch. I said I wasn't going to talk about Apple. The biggest
Can't help
update
himself. The nigga
here.
really can't
Big
help
if
himself.
true. Big if true.
Man really
Biggest
can't
update
help
here
himself.
is both are going to have bigger batteries. I know the biggest criticism of the last watch is that their battery life is really trash.
Hmm.
So we'll see how that looks.
Which Samsung?
Samsung.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Samsung's,
All
Oh
right.
the
wow.
Galaxy Watch
Okay.
4 was the battery life wasn't amazing.
Mm,
So they increased the battery size. We'll see how that looks.
okay.
We'll see what that looks like. Hopefully it doesn't explode on your wrist.
Ooh,
Ooh, sheesh.
this
Lastly,
nigga Ian really came into this podcast with an AK and is just shooting at whatever he can see. I respect it.
Really is.
hey man, Samsung is known for that.
And he liked them
Last-
niggas. That's the
Oh, yeah,
crazy thing. He fuck with them.
Yeah, I miss a Samsung. Still don't know Samsung TV though. One day.
Gang,
Yeah,
gang. That's all the
one day
TVs we got.
I'll grow up like Derek and
Yeah, we only got Samsung TV. I don't even trust other TVs. Don't give me them bullshit ass phones, nigga. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Lastly, they dropped their Galaxy Buds 2 Pros. It's apparently 15% smaller and now has 24-bit hi-fi playback capabilities for you audiophiles out there.
Interesting.
So
Seriously, it's interesting.
pretty sure Spotify is the only application. Maybe also what was that? Tidal. Maybe Tidal as well.
Yeah, I can see titles just for sure.
Leverage,
They boasted that
hi-fi
type stuff.
playback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the Samsung Unpacked event and the end of your technically speaking.
Dope.
All right.
Cool. Let's hop on into console tea. All right, there's no tea in here, but it is a mug. So
Nice.
I just got water. I remember that I had my water bottle over here today. Been out most of the day. Okay. Well, first things first. Before Derek tells us of his exciting experiences with the FIFA 23 beta, we did the Hogwarts Legacy Twitter account woke up with Some good news and bad news. The good news, they announced the release date. Huzzah! Bad news. It's coming out February 10th, 2023. Who would have thunk it would have gotten delayed out of this year?
Yeah.
Definitely not us. Totally not us. But yep, so at least we have a date.
Not us.
They tweeted Hogwarts Legacy will launch on February 10th, 2023 for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Nintendo Switch launch date will be revealed soon.
As 2024. What the fuck?
I thought it was coming out on the Switch too.
No, they said that.
No, it's coming.
They said yes.
No, it's gonna get there.
They said the launch date will be revealed soon.
Yeah, no word.
Oh, okay.
The launch date before our delay for the Switch release. Yeah, that'll be revealed soon. No problem. We got y'all.
They gotta do more work.
Yeah, bro. We saw the game, bro. That game was not coming out on the Switch.
Honestly, compared to other stuff that's been ported to the Switch, and initially before they did the big blowout stuff earlier this year, I thought it was gonna be an online only
that's true.
RPG MMO thing. When I saw I was coming to Switch, I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. But now I see this is a single player focused one. They can make it work on the Switch. Will it look beautiful? Probably not. They could probably make it look okay. But I don't think it's gonna look like dog shit. I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
I want to see what happens. Yeah. I want to see what happens, how that turns out.
I think well, I don't know who's porting it. I don't know if they're doing it or if they got another studio. They probably got another studio working alongside them for that. But that's how it goes for these type of bigger games that don't focus on the Switch. It comes later. At least it's a native port. It's not a cloud version. They would have set out the gate if it was a cloud version, like how Guardians on the Switch is a cloud version. And that has input latency like crazy. But anyway, and they say the team is excited for you to play, but we need a little more time to deliver the best possible game experience. That's what they said. So yeah, we got instead of holiday 2022, we have February next year. So what? That's 6 months. That's actually 6 months.
Just a little trade, man. We delayed the game, but we gave you an exact date.
Yeah.
Before,
let's hope that.
Before you didn't have a date, but you also had no idea when it was. Shit might be coming this day. Yeah, no clue. And now you know, but it's just way after we said. I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it.
So that's pretty much it.
For sure. Yeah, still looking forward to it. I think that's gonna be good anyway. Extra time in the oven should help. Okay, so just real quick. So every year, obviously, FIFA, EA, they have a closed beta for their game. Typically, some years you may only get a pass for whatever mode you play the most. And then eventually, it probably towards the end of the beta cycle, the closed beta cycle, they'll open it up so that everybody can access kind of every part of the game and try out everything. This year, they seem to have done it different. I don't know the last time I've missed a FIFA beta. I don't know. I get invited every year, so I guess I play enough. But
ambassador, man.
No, I don't say that, bro, because I would need a check for that. I'm just as greedy as they are, and I know how much money they make because I contribute. I used to contribute to the shit. But anyways, so this year they gave out FIFA 23 beta codes, but you got in there, and the craziest thing is the only thing you could do is it starts you up in this kind of training, basically kind of try to teach you the game through some simple training exercises and stuff. But you can skip that and access the main menu. Anytime you do that, there's a settings little menu that you kind of have to agree with before you go into the game. Anytime you got to that screen, the game crashed every single time. This happened for 2 days. EA said nothing to anybody, not on the forums, not in emails, not to anybody, not to people that are in the beta, anything. Turned out there's some sort of glitch at least from PS5, that if you have over 100 friends, the beta would crash.
What?
I honestly wish I was lying to you. I deleted some people. RIP to some of those folks in there. I didn't know who the fuck y'all were. But I deleted some niggas, and I can play the beta now.
That's crazy.
Don't ask me why. Only EA would have a glitch like that in their fucking game. That being said, they did some cool things in Ultimate Team, so I don't know.
Yeah, on the tomfoolery yet again.
Yeah. So
Yet
I thought that was
again.
crazy. I didn't think it was so. I get that it's a beta, obviously, right? So you're gonna expect issues. So the game crashing isn't a problem, but when the game is crashing at a title / loading screen consistently for players, for a lot of players who have codes to play the game, we're not stealing the game or anything. I just think it's kind of crazy, that they said nothing. Like they didn't even send out a little email like, hey guys, we know there's an issue. This is a workaround for now, or we're working on it, or just something like, hey, sorry. Because like I get it, it's a beta, but that's clearly not supposed to be happening. Like, if we can't get into the game, how can we give you feedback about the game? Like, this is a major problem. Like, they didn't care, I guess, because enough people, I guess, don't have 100 friends on PlayStation Network. My 100 friends on PlayStation Network comes from playing Destiny. Like, it's half them people. Ian, shout out to our guy Major Miller. That's my guy. I'll never delete him off my friend list.
Oh,
You talk to that man in forever, but I'm never deleting him off the friend list. He stayed right there. It's my guy. Hope he ain't done nothing racist or anything. Hope he's a solid dude.
He's a solid guy.
All right, good. All right, cool. We just got to make sure.
Fact checks for sure.
But yeah, no. You have to delete people to play a game. I think that's crazy. And yeah, EA said nothing about it, so scumbag EA, I guess, regular old shit. But I just thought that was a wild issue to have. I don't know if that same fix worked for like Xbox Series X players or PS4 players or any other system that may have gotten beta codes. But PS5, that was literally the fix. And if I didn't do it myself, I literally would be like, that's bullshit. Because I read the first day that I noticed it, I read that was the fix and I didn't believe them. Like, I just was like, no, that's a lie. I'm just going to go on there and delete people for no reason. Like, no. And you have to delete people one by one, right? Like, it's not an easy process. You can't just go where you can go and select a mass
one by one.
Wherever you go, on your phone, on the internet, on your console, one by one. So yeah, no, it was that,
that's
bro.
interesting.
So yeah, I thought that was crazy. But yeah, man. So if you are trying to play the FIFA 23 beta, if you're get in there and you have over 100 friends, stop being so popular. There you go. And don't hurt anybody's feelings. Make sure you delete the right people. They ain't been online in 2 years. Delete them. Come on. Anyways, this isn't really spoilers. I don't know why I put it under spoiler sections. I just be putting stuff places. DC, Warner Brothers Discovery. Let me not say DC. That's unfair for me to say DC. Because Detective Comics has really done nothing wrong.
Detective Comics.
I only said it to make Ian laugh genuinely.
Detective Comics.
Genuinely,
I'm about to type
cracks Ian up. I think when Ian realized that cracked him up. But anyways, no. So yeah, I don't really understand what they're doing over there, and I'd be really interested to get y'all's take as because I think obviously we're all fans of like superhero content and stuff like that. But obviously, I grew up with like a different affinity to some of the DC shows and stuff like that, and some of the DC comics and things like that. So I'd be interested to see like what would y'all want from them from this whole blow up, right? Like, I mean, from the mess with Ezra Miller, they don't know what they're gonna do with the Flash somehow, right? But they canceled Batgirl like that. They knew they had to cancel that and they knew there was nothing they could do there. But Flash, no matter what Ezra Miller does, they seem to be able to still be able to just work it out to make sure that comes out. I hear it. They're canceling a whole bunch of other shit left and right. Hopefully they don't cancel Titans, but they cancel Dove. That could do us a favor.
Season 4, Dove canceled, Titans still on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that episode. That's the name of episode 1.
They scrapped
Dove
the
canceled, Titans
Dove
on.
in France episode or
If
whatever,
this
wherever she flew
merger,
to.
Dove stranded in France. Yeah, she
if
can't
this
come back.
merger happened sooner, it would have made sense. Like when she fell off the roof, and we didn't find out that she survived until the next season.
I still can't
That
believe
would
that
have
shit,
been the
man.
time.
Yeah.
That had me sick.
Yo.
That had me sick. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, "What?"
Might have canceled the show right after that one.
They pulled an anime. We didn't see her body fall. So is she dead? Question mark.
Fam,
sick.
Fam, that is a person. Like she got no powers. What are we doing?
Right.
Good though. No, okay, word.
Plot armor
No, they
crazy.
Funny. They're funny on that show.
Writers just doing all sorts of illegal substances.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, at this point, I feel like Ian for sure because we've lived together. Gerard at this point through the pod through suggestions. I feel like I've dragged y'all through a good bit of DC content with me, through animated stuff, live action stuff, shows, whatever. Out of all of this stuff, do you think that all of this blowing up and cancellations and trying to rework whatever, I guess blowing up whatever slight plan was they had in place before, do you think that's overall beneficial or detrimental to the growth of whatever? I don't even want to say the DC EU, it's just whatever they're trying to create.
Or did you want to go first, Ian?
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay. Like the clean slate idea is something I kind of thought about over the past 2 years and thought, what if they just go scorched earth, clean slate? That's originally what I thought they're gonna really try and push with the Flash movie. And then we see Ezra Miller just having mental breakdowns every other day, and they're just a loose cannon, pretty much.
Yeah.
And enough, all the PR from all the optics of that just don't look good to me. Like it's just bad. Mm-hmm. So even if the movie turns out to be good enough or solid enough to be this type of a clean slate, and we'll even not even think about the rumored leaks and stuff of what the outcome of that movie is going to be in the universe. Like I don't know, it just seems like that's just kind of tainted with him. I don't agree with axing Batwoman or Batgirl. I'm sorry. I know they're two different people.
But they also both got canceled, so it's fine.
They both.
Batwoman also did get canceled. Yeah.
They sure did. But I still don't agree with the Batgirl cancellation. I don't care if the movie would have been trash. At least let it come out and let us decide.
Let us tell you it's trash.
Yes,
that's our job, not yours. It can't be that bad.
Fuck what your internal screens are doing. Y'all been doing this shit for 5+ years.
Imagine you could spend $90 million on a project, and then at $90 million, you're like, nah, we kind of fucked this up. Just trash that.
Can't believe it, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to try to rework it. You don't want to. Maybe we can reuse some pieces or something. We can. No. Just trash all that.
Well, I honestly I can't really say. I was gonna shoot him a bone and say, I mean, he did mention that he wants to follow the Kevin Feige regime and revamp DC in that way. So if he's axing all of these shows or movies for that reason, maybe they were not following that blueprint at all and didn't feel like invested any more money into projects that would go against that frame of mind.
I would agree with that, right? Here's the problem. Warner Brothers never had any real plan in place. They were just doing things, trying
throwing shit on the wall,
throwing shit at the wall. Literally, the Arrowverse was an accident. Oh shit, y'all like that? Okay, shit. We'll do this and throw this nigga in here, and Green Arrow and Flash, throw that nigga in here. Like, okay, now we've got this whole thing that we didn't really expect to become this big thing, but we did it. they somehow can't pull that same thing they pulled off in TV on the CW on a big screen with a bigger budget and just maybe a bit more plot development. You just did it. I watched you do it. There's a whole Crisis on Infinite Earth thing that anybody who's watched the Flash show goes crazy about because it makes them feel like they read a comic book. Cool. But why can't they do that on a big screen? Like, I don't understand. You have the blueprint. Just shout out to John Paul. And I'm sure you saw the tweet too, Draw, where, we're talking about how they had Justice League Unlimited. They had, Justice League the animated
Yeah.
series. How do you not? You had a blueprint for this multiverse, people with different stories, not multiverse, but a big universe with all the heroes involved. And especially with
Mm-hmm.
DC, it's not as fractured as Marvel is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
at least in my opinion, I'm saying that I'm not saying that that's not a shot or anything, just in case for people out there. I know Draw knows that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just like DC, the characters. Yes, the big boys kind of separate. Obviously, like Batman is doing his thing, Superman is going to do his thing, and obviously you've got like like I said, the big ones, the big seven, your Green Lanterns. That yeah, they might go off and do their things, but 9 times out of 10, a lot of heroes are working together, or they're a part of some sort of group or some sort of sect of heroes, or they're connected to another hero in some way. There's somehow like there's always something. There's always some sort of collaboration. You know what I mean? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
more typical in DC, and you have the blueprint for that in a lot of your animated work, and somehow you just can't make that live action. And they're telling me that they need a Kevin Feige. You just need someone with common sense. It's right here. Like the blueprint is right there. Now, how do we make this go onto a big screen? We need to find someone who looks like this. Okay? They were not going to find anybody who looks like the people from the cartoon. So what's our next best thing? Let's find that. I feel like this is simple. I'm saying simple, but in context, like it's not the craziest thing. Like it's almost the bare minimum of what you'd expect them to do, and they just don't. I, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to answer your question though, I mean, I think, well, for starters, I do think a direction is definitely, a, in my opinion, a good start. Um, to just shoot the shit and try to see what sticks is kind of, I don't know. I guess you don't really, you lose the identity of what is a DC movie
Hmm.
where you trying different things. Um, so I guess we'll see what he means by a Kevin Feige, you know, DC world. But I do think that at this point, a reset button wouldn't really hurt.
Well, I agree. Given all the controversy, everything that happened before the merger anyway, Walter Hamada and Ray Fisher and just all the bullshit that's been
All the
going on.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Don't get me wrong, I do agree. Um,
Yeah.
go ahead, Drew.
No, I was gonna add on to
Oh,
that and say, yeah, the clean slate, I'm all for. I don't like some of the ideas the new head of Warner Brothers Discovery, Zaslav, is kind of putting out there.
hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's I think it's an irresponsible thing to say we want a Kevin Feige.
I agree with that.
They don't necessarily need a Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
They just need they just need focus on their
Mhm.
franchises. That's
Yeah,
really what
and
it is.
to
I don't
me,
understand why people are scratching their heads about. I mean, I understand Superman stuff is not easy. However, there are multiple animated movies about it. There's multiple comic book runs. It seems nobody cares to look at except for don't do Death Superman. No, no, we don't need to see that shit on live action. Do not do that shit. I mean, we kind of already half saw it with Batman vs Superman or whatever, Dawn of Justice. But like I that just boggles me that they scratch their heads like, oh, who should we call to do this again? Like, is Zack Snyder like? I'm gonna go ahead and say, is Zack Snyder like blackmailed from Warner Brothers Discovery or something? Like, can
Blacklisted.
they just
I don't know that
blacklist it?
I don't know that he's blacklisted or anything
Or
like
if
that, but
he or
I don't think they would be. It doesn't seem like they are interested in reaching out to him, and I don't think it's a position he would want to take given all the abuse he's received.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, some of it brought to him by people who claim to be his fans, and some people who are just idiots and don't know how to respect people. Um, So I mean, no, it's definitely not him. I mean, the issue with saying appointed Kevin Feige is it sounds like he makes it sound like Marvel just picked some guy and said, "Hey, you read comics,
right.
right? You like comics? Cool. You direct the Marvel Cinematic Universe and put together and curate a story across multiple years, multiple separate movies, shows that nigga, please. There's not just a guy. There's not just a Kevin Feige.
Yeah,
He don't
He wasn't
exist."
always the guy either.
yeah,
He only just
Exactly.
became head of Marvel Steels like I think at most 5 years ago.
yeah. And prior to that, Marvel movies were pretty fragmented as well.
Bruh.
Yeah, they have their own different flavors, different well,
Yeah,
so
And
for
that's what I'm
at
saying.
least two movies per one director per character's
Facts.
franchise.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, no, you wasn't. I don't know, man. Look, with the only thing with DC is with this Kevin Feige shit, if you get the wrong person, you're stuck down the wrong path for a very long time now. Because you can't do the
it's an
same thing
investment.
or you have to do the same thing you did to Snyder, throw him under the bus, hope people hate him instead of hating you, even though you're the one who's really in control of the characters and telling people what they can or can't do. And yeah, we could end up with another 5, 6, 7, 8 year run of terrible movies or a terrible shared universe, depending on if they go the wrong way. One of the other candidates is Greg Berlanti. And I want to say this before I say anything else. Respect to him. Very talented guy. But the guy who wrote and executive produced Dawson's Creek maybe shouldn't be trying to make our big Justice League shared universe cinema. Like, I don't know. Like I said, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Almost every show that he didn't write on, a little better than the one he's did. Like Dawson's Creek is where he peaked. Not gonna lie, not gonna hold you. Dawson's Creek is fire. Ian, say
Never
something
watched a
different. Ian,
single
say something different.
episode
Ian,
of it.
agree with me. Ian,
I've only heard two
Ian,
opinions.
agree with
I ain't
me.
watched Dawson's Creek.
I've only heard two.
Yo, niggas
Did I
be
watch?
liars, dog.
Did I
Yo,
watch Dawson's
niggas
Creek?
be liars, bro.
Ian
No, it's
said, "What's
fine.
on TV?"
No,
No,
nah,
he
word,
closed his
nah. It's
eyes.
just
All
me.
Let
22
me see.
minutes
Niggas
or
be
48
liars, dog.
minutes.
Did I
Niggas
watch
be
Dawson's
liars.
Creek?
You watch Dawson's Creek and the other joint
Oh wait.
and One Tree Hill.
Oh,
Stop
I
this,
watched.
Ian.
No,
I
no,
don't
I
know
didn't
One
watch Dawson's
Tree
Creek, but I
Hill.
did
You
watch
did
One
watch,
Tree Hill.
Oh,
yo, Ian. You
No,
watched
I didn't.
both,
No,
my
I
nigga.
watched
Ian.
One Tree Hill. I ain't watched Dawson's Creek.
Ian, yo, this nigga Ian one. Yo, this yo.
are we getting?
Niggas
Are
be
we getting
ashamed,
gas?
bro.
Is this gaslighting?
I'm not
Yes.
I'm telling
Facts.
you what it is.
I
Facts.
feel like I'm getting gaslit, bro.
Bro, I
I
watched a
don't know
show
what's
called
real or
Facts,
not.
October
bro.
Road, man.
It's where hey,
I
look,
don't know
it's cool
what's
though.
happening.
Whitest of white
I never
children.
watched Dawson's
Bro,
Creek. I
it's
know
okay,
some
bro.
that said it was
Sometimes when
good.
shit on.
I know some that say, "Why did I watch this? It's trash."
Yeah. Oh,
I
I say,
don't
why
have
did I watch
opinion.
this? But I'm very neutral to it. It's not. Uh, First of all, it wasn't made for me or my demographic. It wasn't made for us or our demographic at all, especially at the
it's
time that I watched
it's
it.
interesting.
Like,
It's interesting to take a dip a toe into that realm of
yeah,
television entertainment and be
it
like,
was,
"Oh, so this is what y'all are doing for
bro,
the audience."
Dawson's Creek just felt like older Nickelodeon. Like, you know what I mean? Like they got into a bit
Yeah,
more mature topics. They were into
yeah.
high school or maybe early college at the most. Everybody felt like teenagers pretty much still and all that shit.
That's
So it was
kind of
kind
how
of
I
just a
felt
look
about.
into some shit that maybe was just a little bit more involved than what we would see on the Nickelodeon or Disney Channel high school show. You know what I mean? Like, but
This
it was
shit had
essentially the same
6
thing.
seasons.
That's kind of where I
Now
was
I
at with
never
One Tree
realized how
Hill.
long the show ran. It ran for 6 seasons.
What show is that?
Dawson's
Dawson's
Creek.
Creek.
Yeah. Bruh, look, respectable.
I never
legacy.
really counted.
I just don't want him.
I
I
thought it
don't
was
want
at
him
least
making
4.
Justice League anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay,
agree.
so he has to have everybody else writing, producing. I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
just
know.
don't. We don't need you here. No, look, man, that's not gonna happen. They are gonna appoint somebody to that position. I feel sorry for that person because I think they're almost kind of being set up to fail.
Yeah,
Um,
It's like a
I would have to agree with
landmine.
that.
you have to if you're bold enough to take the position, you have to come out of the gate swinging, but you also have to have the backing and the support. And after you just watch, um, the whole you just watch the people you work for, um, just dump a whole movie 90 million in. To me, I'd be
Honestly,
like, well, shit, if they dump that, the fuck they gonna do to me if I start hyping up or man. So
honestly, they should take the if they really take the Kevin Feige approach, they should really like make the first movie be about a DC hero that barely anybody knows and knock that out the park.
no, but see, you can't
Static.
no,
Build
but
around
see,
that.
but we and I don't want to extend this for too long here, but DC does not have that option.
Yeah, people already know
They
most
do
of it.
not,
Yeah,
you do not, DC don't have that option, bro. You
they
own
really
Batman.
don't.
Marvel had no choice. And that's I just and y'all know this. Y'all have heard the rant, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know this. But
Yeah, I just
for
know the
anybody
story.
else
Yeah.
out there who was unsure, Marvel is great. What they built is amazing. The MCU is a feat that I never thought we'd see in cinema ever. It needs to be celebrated and highlighted, whether you like all the movies, whether you hate all the movies. The fact that a studio put out movies consistently over 10 years with an interconnected story consistently. And then not only that, weaved in shows and other mediums, fam, that's amazing. It started that way because they didn't own the characters that mean shit. There's a reason Spider-Man got to show up a certain way. Yo, you got to play nice to have him here. It's a reason characters like Hulk have to show up a certain like we know where these things come from, bro. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. It's a reason we're just now seeing all the X-Men and Fantastic Four rumors and all this stuff now because we're just getting it back. And I think it's dope that it's able to do it. I think it's a little dangerous that Disney owns a lot of it, but whatever. It's dope that we're able to have all this stuff under one roof and to combine all of it again. But the MCU was birthed. It's kind of like what they say, like the difference between that athlete that come from like the gutter where he had to like play on the bum court with the double triple rim and you know what I'm saying, and niggas stealing his ball and all types of crazy shit. And then the basketball player who his whole life he was fed the right regimen and everything, perfect, and his shot is perfect, and he reads defense, everything is great. When both them niggas is need to take the final shot, one of them is already built for the pressure for the moment because it's all they, you know what I'm saying? They come from a
Mm-hmm.
different, you see, the other one
Yeah.
ain't. So Marvel was putting out this movie like, yo, we don't know if these niggas is gonna give two fucks about Iron Man, but shit, we
It took a
trying.
huge, that is a huge risk. They're like, what do we have left that's not been sold? Sony got Spider-Man, Fox got X-Men and Fantastic Four and all the stuff associated with them.
Damn, it was
We already
bad.
kind of weird with
Thor, Thor, my nigga.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I was surprised to see a Thor. When I saw that, I was like, are you doing an Avengers movie? And that was before I even really paid, like I was following it like you do now.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that whole phase one was like, yeah, I'm just here for the ride. No, Iron Man, this dude looks who was Robert Downey Jr.? He looks just like Tony Stark. That's crazy. I didn't know shit about
Come on.
I
Man.
actually didn't know Robert Downey Jr. until that. I saw the first still when he was like making his first suit, and I was like, that could be good.
This might be good.
This might slap.
This might be all right.
Yeah,
It might have
I even had my doubts on Captain America, and I was decent. I enjoyed that movie. That's my favorite.
Oh.
It's decent. I actually
All right.
went to thinking, oh, it seems kind of whack, but I watched it. I was like, oh, this is decent. But I think that's honestly because of Chris Evans. Chris Evans, 100% is that reason. Because Steve Rogers is pretty boring, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers.
He's only
All right,
he's
we're on
only
the same
cool
page.
for he's only cool. Steve Rogers Cap is only cool is if you're playing the Marvel vs. Capcom games and you knew how, Captain America is just cool from those because of how he moves and combos and shit. But the character, it made more interest. Honestly, the MCU has made him more interesting as time has gone on over these years for the comics.
Because they keep connecting him to more people.
Right.
My theory
and then
about
now we have
Captain
Sam
America.
Wilson. So no, go ahead.
I was like, y'all know my theory about Captain America. His movies got better the more people were added to his shit. So
Yeah.
That first Captain
really
America.
I don't even say that movie was bad. I would say that movie.
I didn't say it was bad. I said it was.
I mean, that's why like a lot of folks that criticized Phase 4. Oh yeah, it was fire. That was like one of the best blow-ups for a sequel.
Winter Soldier is like, but
yeah,
he wasn't the main focus, right? Captain America but here's the person who's really interesting. Captain America but this is what's happening. Civil War, like.
I mean, am
I lying? Captain America, but
Cap was I'll say about Cap and Winter Soldier. He once he started seeing about the corruption shit, he was really about the action. So he was ready to give hands.
Well, I mean,
I'll give Winter Soldier. I'll give my hands. That's better writing, though. I would say better writing, very good plot. The combat was on point. Still few too many jump cuts because the what's the name the Russo brothers can't help themselves, but yeah. So, but yeah, very, very good. Yeah. That's why. Anyway, I don't want to go too deep into Marvel stuff. DC.
Yeah. They had no choice. I mean,
it was like though.
What
go ahead.
What I meant by starting with a character that nobody knows. We've already seen them try to do the Justice League thing. So it would be like a fresh take on DC, just seeing something else, not seeing Batman again or Wonder Woman again.
And that is my concern after mulling over all the stuff that the Zaslav dude's been talking about. It's like, yeah, sure, clean slate, the Batgirl cancellation, that sucks, and everything like that. But what he's talking, or at least stuff that came out and they had their little boring business meeting thing, he's talking about doing a bigger focus on Batman stuff. Wow, that's novel. I mean, yeah, it's a sure thing to do well, but at the same time, I mean, I'm looking forward to Matt Reeves' next Batman movie in a few years or however long it takes, but y'all got so many more other also recognizable properties that need more love. We got the whole Lantern Corps being ignored. That's disrespectful.
That would be, I think that would be a decent
disrespect.
Start.
That's huge disrespect.
So here's my thing, right? So let me tell you how DC can easily start a new DC cinematic universe and it be very simple. Okay. The reality is, none of the original set. So take an original 7. Don't care who the 7 is. I do care who the 7 is. I'm lying.
Yeah.
But
I was about to say, like,
I do. I was trying to be progressive. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I was like, nah, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Just take any. No, I care about the 7. You take the 7 that we know. You don't need backstories for any of them. None of them need backstories. The only person who needs a backstory in the 7 is, I'm not wearing the shirt. It's not behind me. Is Martian Manhunter. He's the only one who needs a slight backstory. Other than the Martian, no one else needs a backstory. And I swear to you, there better be a black fucking Green Lantern whenever they do this bullshit, because I swear to God, if I gotta see how fucking boring Jordan, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. He's worse than Steve Rogers. Fuck Hal Jordan, second rate ass.
You know what's wild? Speaking of this Green Lantern thing I brought up, what was it? Shout out to what's his name? Up to the task on Twitter. He hosts another Twitter space within the past week and a half or so. I don't think I mentioned it last week because we said we are going to talk about DC stuff this weekend. I was only in there for maybe 10-15 minutes, but it was pretty much they're talking about what we're talking about, like the DC thing, like what do they need to do. And I didn't know this, and so y'all tell me if y'all knew this, but apparently way back when one of the other DC plans, they wanted to start doing this with that Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds in it. They said they wanted to start opening things up with that. They said Ryan Reynolds was going to be the Green Lantern. He's going to be the Hal Jordan, which was a mistake. Should have been John Stewart to begin with. We know this. And then after that, they're going to do with the Batman stuff and the Wonder Woman. And then that would have, but that movie was a commercial and critical flop. So we just they dushed them the rug and act like they never did that.
But
and I found that fascinating.
Stick on that too, Gerard, because that point is, shout out to John Paul who was saying that same thing about the tweet I was mentioning earlier. Most people grew up, white and black kids. Most of us grew up with Justice League Unlimited, Justice League animated series. Who's Hal Jordan?
Right. Really don't know much about him except he's a boy.
You know who John Stewart is? That is our main Green Lantern. He's the OG. I don't know that other nigga. I do know him. Fuck him. If that's the Green Lantern that most people in your target audience grew up with, why would you switch to Hal Jordan? Oh, because we're sure the white dude is gonna sell better. Yo, it's white kids out here acting like, why would y'all not do John Stewart? Why would y'all do a Hal Jordan movie?
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed in seeing it.
It made no sense based on who was the popular Lantern at the time. Literally made no sense. John Stewart was the dominant Lantern. Bro, come on. It wasn't even close. It's still not close. First of all, John Stewart is way better than Hal Jordan.
Facts.
But it's just, I couldn't understand that move other than racism. And look where that got DC. It made them it made them flop on a project because they're idiots. Because they didn't want to go. They basically, and because think about it, if that was the plan for that Green Lantern film to be the first one, it can't be anything other than racism that wouldn't have allowed them to have a black lead. If you had a story and a plan written out starting with Green Lantern and the most popular version of Green Lantern right now is a black man, then why did you have any problem finding a black actor to play Green Lantern, who I've been saying should have been Idris Elba for years, and I bet you he was available then. Bet you he had some time.
Right. Yes.
He might have had a little bit of free time for y'all niggas, and he could have been your leading man leading off the DCAU.
Oh,
he could have kicked off a new wave of diversity.
That would have been fire.
Progressive. Because, and the thing is, bro, go back and watch not y'all, but people can go back and watch Justice League the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited. Those are diverse shows. Don't get me wrong. They're not perfect all the time. I'm not saying they're the beacons of perfection and inclusion or anything all the time. What I'm saying is that show is diverse. It shows different lifestyles. It shows different personalities. It shows different feelings, people dealing with different emotions. It's a deep show for kids that can get across a lot of different concepts through a medium that they find interesting. Like, it's not just heroes hitting each other. Like, it is more to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can recreate this in real time without doing everything. I don't need an origin story of 7 different people and then they come together. The Justice League can just exist. Like, it could just exist and we move forward. Like, oh, the Justice League exists. We know Batman, Superman. Okay, and as we move along through some movies, we'll fill those people in. We'll fill in who's here, who's there. We'll tell you why this person or this person is here. Everybody's backstory doesn't have to be one-to-one. We just got a Black Widow origin story. Yeah.
That's some other shit too. That's
like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, COVID and all that played a part in it, but even still, cut off 2 years. We just got a Black Widow origin story. She been here from jump.
Yeah.
Why can't DC do that? So all I'm saying is, for me as a DC fan who respects the fuck out of what Marvel has done, to me, it's weak mentality. It shows a lack of intent, and it's a major red flag for them to say we want to appoint a Kevin Feige. To say you want to appoint a Kevin Feige shows a lack of misunderstanding of who the fuck Kevin Feige is. You're not just going to find some nigga who been around studios, know everything about all this, is into the comics, knows how to work. You're not just going to find him, bro. They don't just pop up. And even if you do find a nigga who might have the same connections, do he give a fuck about DC Comics enough to dedicate his life to this shit?
Yeah, yeah.
No, nigga. You know who you got? You got me. That's your option. The fuck?
Hire
No.
this nigga, yo.
No, you're not. No, no, they're not gonna have it. I don't have the film level school or anything like that. I just got a passion for characters that I could, if I could spend all my time reading even more comics about them, learning even more about them, I'm sure I could put together some great stories too. But I don't know anything about working professional level cameras or a set. That you got to find somebody who loves the comics, loves the characters, will spend the time to adapt them in a enjoyable and modern way, but also knows how to manage actors and egos and how to tie a story together with different directors who may have completely different tones and styles. And it's different, bro. What Kevin Feige doing is not just some, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he just pull a comic book out of a box and go, all right, this is the next movie.
And it's not
I think
even
that's
just
what they
him
think.
either.
Oh no,
It's not
exactly.
even just
no, yeah.
I'm not saying it to like discredit what you're saying. I'm just saying more so for the discussion and for listeners as well to kind of peep game on it too. Like, yeah, he's at the top now. He worked his way up there over the past few years. I'm pretty much when the Infinity Saga ended, they're like, all right, here you go, you got it. Before that, he was just executive producer, really high up with a lot of these directors and stuff, and moving the ship. Like, and he has a team with him, and they kind of connect all the freaking thumbtacks and yarn strings on a big ass interconnected whiteboard, as we like to joke about. So yeah, it's not just he's thinking of all, like, he's not waking up saying, yes, we're gonna do the Thunderbolts movie in 2 years. He's not just saying that shit. He's talking with like 5, 6, 7, 8 other people saying, okay, we have these characters, we have these movies in the line, we want to get to this, that, and the other. So it's just they just have, I mean, it didn't take overnight for him to get to this, and even take them like 3 years. It took them over a decade to get to where they are now. And I mean, even with Phase 4, and its quality not matching up to the heights of Phase 3, they still have good things in most of the movies. There are good qualities in most movies in some fashion. So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just
I agree, man.
Yeah. Honestly, but as I always say, the casual DC fan person that's been around DC but always more of a Marvel head as a kid, my whole thing they should do, the clean slate is a good first step. I think they should, instead of the Green Lantern Corps show, make a new movie, have Jon Stewart. There's that movie. Shazam is doing this thing over here. That's fine. They can keep the Shazam thing. I'm not sure about Aquaman. I don't know anything about the sequel, except they cut out like 95% of Amber Heard in that movie or whatever due to the lawsuit. Yeah, I heard that they cut like a vast majority of her scenes out, which is interesting. They go that lengths for her, but
not for. Okay, yeah, I got you.
I'm just laying on the lines. You can choose what to do in between them. But yeah, it's just a mixed signals, mixed messages. It's hard to truly be like, yeah, this is gonna be great. It's hard to build that confidence with what they're saying. Yeah. Sounds good at first, but it's just like, I mean, unless they're having conversations in a dark room somewhere about Blue Beetle. To me is amazing that it's still like this. I think it's finished shooting. Yeah, it's finished shooting. It's done shooting, so they're probably doing all the post-production via visual effects folks doing their best they can with the suit and all that. It's a miracle they haven't canceled that off for reasons.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about Stag because that's still in that weird gray area it's been in the past 15 years.
I say that's another option they can do. They can build up the Young Justice.
Yes, man.
Have Justice League in the background.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be amazing.
There's a lot of different ways they could go. Young Justice is a perfect.
They need to do that.
They've got time travel. They've got time jumps. They've got big universal clashes. We're talking about Young Justice. They've gone to the Source Wall. They've seen everything. They're fighting Darkseid.
Granny Goodness thing. Granny Goodness is a villain. They don't have to be like season 3, but May
They
have her
got a
be a
big
villain
bad
in a
right there.
movie or two.
Yeah, they got it. It's solid.
And it's crazy me saying Granny Goodness like I've been knowing her for years and years.
Hey, look,
But now it's a good season, Young Justice. But yeah,
when you know, you know.
that was good villain, good arc. Um, and it's gonna be crazy too because they're I'm telling y'all, I've been saying this for the past year and a half though, and they pretty much claimed it at Comic-Con with the Phase 5 and 6. We're gonna get a Young Avengers team.
Oh yeah.
And there's the main arc of Young Avengers is because the OG Avengers disbanded, and the part of them is doing stuff, and eventually the main or new age main Avengers comes back together. So they should be doing this before Marvel makes the Young Avengers, probably led by Kamala Khan. 100% is going to be Kamala Khan. After watching the Miss Marvel show, they need to foster Iman Vellani, that actress. They need to foster her.
Right.
She's gonna be in the.
Yeah, she's good. She's a legend already. She's Miss Marvel for the next. She's Miss Marvel for the rest of her life. Like
and she's whole gung ho because she's already like a comic book nerd. It's just wins. It does. How does that all add up? What is the likelihood?
She won. She won. She won. She's a comic book fan. She's playing a comic book hero. And she will be kind of essentially immortalized as that character for years to come. Like somebody else would have to come in, play the same character, and like go crazy. But she's young. Who else is gonna come in after her right now? Like, yeah, she good.
Yeah,
like she's got that role locked in for years. She smoked it. Like she did a great job acting on that show. What take away what things we didn't like about it, but whatever. She smoked that.
Oh yeah, she definitely was the main draw for that. Yeah, but I think they should just do a Green Lantern movie. Sure, the Ryan Reynolds thing happened. Yes, it did poor execution in most fashions. Do a brand new one. Have John Stewart. I agree with what John Paul says. Well, that's a great idea. After that, I don't know. Like, I guess do the third Wonder Woman movie. Introduce Donna in that. Have her be the next main demon scaring, Wonder Woman person or Wonder Girl, whichever. Yeah, really think they should just keep doing that. When they do the Blue Beetle movie, hopefully it's not just this was a cool movie. Maybe it could be like, oh yeah, you'll have more with like other stuff. Yeah, building block. Yeah, exactly, a building block. They fucked up with Cyborg.
Yeah, it ruined Cyborg.
That's just head assery right there. In multiple ways. You only have to go over that over and over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, look, I'm glad that you guys have like faith and optimism that they're going to do something correct. I think that's cute. I, on the other hand, know what it's like here. So
really,
I know how this goes.
I have faith. I just see what they can do.
I just want to see
Black Adam. They do it or not,
and let's go from there.
Yeah, I just want to see Black Adam at this point.
Yeah, we got a couple months of that, I think.
And I want to see Black Adam so I can see Dr. Fate. I don't really care about Black Adam.
Yeah, Dr. Fate in movie is a big draw for sure. Pierce Brosnan, that's a big draw for sure.
And speaking of Black Adam, just to clear up what The Rock was saying, bro, when Rock said that he didn't want to, what was the word, Gerard? He wanted to
be alongside them bitch ass niggas. I think.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's what he said. Different wording, but same message.
That's what he said. I didn't want to be with them whole ass niggas. Yo, I'm not going into the family friendly movie and beating up a bunch of kids, bro. I'm not doing it. No. And I'm not losing no fight to Zachary Levi and his little sisters. I'm not doing it. Nigga, no. Nigga, no. When he get about 16 and he power up a little more, then we can talk. Until then, bro, no. And get a different main actor for this nigga, because I'm not fighting Zach. Like, come on, bro. The Rock is. Because here's the problem with The Rock playing Black Adam. I think he fits the role amazingly. Actually, I think it's perfect. Everything.
It seemed like a no-brainer to me for sure.
Who can they get to fight him and win, or make it look like he won convincingly, to where you'd be like, oh yeah, I see he could take.
Yeah, he's too big. Like this.
Come on, man.
He's too big. Oh man.
Yeah. So, anyways, man.
He about to wreck shop. just see it anyway.
Nah, man. So yeah, look, man, DC shambles. Please, like I said, I want to be clear though. I don't want to. Oh wait, one real quick. Yeah. So just to finish up that last bit. Yeah, The Rock said, "Yo, he wouldn't fit in the style of movie, the type of character that Black Adam is, the type of character the type of Black Adam that clearly The Rock wants to play." Clearly does not fit in with the Shazam movies.
Mm-hmm. Completely
He
different
may
tone.
have not said it in a way that y'all like. That's what that nigga meant. No, I'm not going over there to play with the fucking children. I'm not doing it. I'm not going over there. I'm not, bruh, no. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, everything that it seems like The Rock does, his production company has some sort of hand in it or some sort of stake or something. So, like, bruh, come on, man. It is you can't play with The Rock, man. Like he gonna get what he want out of the situation, how he wanted,
He got a lot of
for
clout
the
in
most
Hollywood.
part.
Yes, he
So
does.
He got a lot, man.
yeah.
He got
So
pulled.
I don't know. I'd be interested. I just feel like when you make The Rock, like, don't get me wrong, I feel like Henry Cavill as Superman and The Rock as Black Adam makes sense, right?
That would be
Like
dope. If
I
they
could
announce
see them
that,
fighting something like that. Cool.
they need to shoot
But
that post credit scene right now. At the end of the Black, just tack it on. Be like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Black Adam 2. I'll be there day one.
right.
I would. I'm not lying. I
No,
would.
I
But
agree.
they're not
I hear you.
smart, so they're not gonna do
Yeah,
that.
no, come on. Come on. But yeah, man, hopefully we get some positive news from DC. Obviously, we have Harley Quinn going. That is our positive weekly,
Yes.
dose
DC,
of like, hey, it's not all bad. Somebody at DC gives a fuck.
DC animation, constant dubs over there.
Yeah, man. Somebody over there gives two shits about us, and we appreciate it so much. Because we'd be stuck with, I don't even know what trash is out right now. But we'd be stuck with it. So yeah, man. Y'all got any last things y'all want to hit the folks with? It is late.
Um, man, I really, well, I actually have one thing. So I got this I got this Pac-Man. And
Big
he
ass
looks
pack.
nice. Hell yeah.
I respect it. Pop
He's
your
just on the
pack.
desk chilling. Yeah, Pac-Man's a classic. Nah, but for real though, no, that's it, man. Just glad we still rocking with these pods, late night pods. It's gonna get hot this week. Drink your water.
For sure. Drink your waters, man. I've been
Eat
up
your
in my water
healthy
intake this
food.
week. For sure.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes,
always
sir.
raw, man. Make sure y'all drink your water, man. As always, as well, like, share, comment, subscribe. I feel like a dork saying this shit at the end of every episode, but whatever. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, enjoy. It's been two ugly nerds, but there's three of us. Peace.
I need to go to bed.
Dude.